Hello, viewers. My name is Lauren Strickland, and today I will begin talking to you on different philosophies. Today we'll be covering the emptiness of mind. Many philosophers have covered this subject. Many theologians have covered on this subject, but I would just like to put my input as a amateur philosopher and a pretty well educated theologian at work for the betterment of mankind and hopefully for some entertainment and to help those out there who struggle with the problems with the mind. Now, we can look in different religions and different beliefs on the emptiness of mind. You can see the Catholics attempt to do it as they go to confession and they tell their priest what they have done, and the priest will tell them how many Hail Marys to say or how many prayers to say, and then it is wiped clean and empty. You can see in different evangelical parts of Christianity where repentance is the key to emptiness of the past, to emptying all that was before that time. And you can also see it in Buddhism, where they use meditation to find emptiness, to find peace, the blankness, if you would want to call that. If you try to imagine nothing, you will end up thinking about something, so therefore you are not thinking about nothing. It is very, very hard to find emptiness in the mind. Very hard. Your mind is constantly thinking, constantly pondering, constantly worrying. There's always something going on in your head that prevents you from this emptiness state. But from what I can tell you right now, and many other philosophers and people that deal in psychology and sociology will tell you that finding this emptiness will truly make it to where you can find yourself centered and block out the noise that is not needed. Now, going back to the Buddhists who use meditation, when they meditate, it's almost like they try to get into a trance-like state, and they are eliminating all thoughts at will. Anything that can pop in their head, they try to eliminate it and focus on the emptiness that will come. And it is quite amazing that us as beings do this, or strive to do this, because it really shows our movement in evolutional terms, if you want to look at it in that point. And it also shows, if you are a Christian, it also shows the broadness of the mind of the human that God made. Now, to get back to subject, how does one empty the mind? It should be impossible to empty the mind and literally have a blank sheet. Well, one way I like to look at it is, I imagine a white piece of paper. And on this white piece of paper, there's nothing drawn, there's nothing there, there's no doodles, no writings of any sort. And I just imagine the white piece of paper. And I focus on it. And when I say I focus on it, I am in thought or meditation, as Buddhists and Zenists would say. And I concentrate on the white piece of paper. And it takes time, but sooner or later, emptiness comes around and it blocks out everything that would be bothering me from that point. And once you get to the emptiness of mind, you have truly reached a footstool in enlightenment. It is one of the first steps before you can reach the mountaintop of enlightenment. Before you can have everything, there must first be nothing. Before you can have that, mansion, if that's what you pursue, or that really fast car, if that's what you pursue, or whatever it is you pursue, there is always a lower point from which it all starts. And once you find that lower point in your mind, there's only one place that it can go, and that's up. And there's only one place that it really can protrude, and that's it. It's going to excel upward. And what I have found in people is a lack of concern for this idea. And I don't know if it's a cultural thing. It might be a cultural thing. It might be a emotional thing, a personal thing. It might also belong to the person's ego that this problem is erupting. But we live in a day and age, as of right now, that it seems that we have less and less of philosophical thinkers. People who are thinking of these new philosophical ideas. Idealists is what they would be called. Another name for it would be dreamers, even though that term now is used for something totally different. But I would consider myself a dreamer. But the farther we go forward, it seems the less and less we have of these idealists. And you need idealists in society. And you will find in idealists is that a lot of them have a pursuit to find that emptiness in their mind so that they can find focus or enlightenment, if you may call it that. One of my most favorite philosophers, Rene Descartes, once stated, "I think, therefore I am." And what he was referring to when he said this was, at the time, a lot of philosophers were debating whether, am I real or not? Am I here? Or is this just a figment of my imagination, and one day I'll just wake up and this will be one big dream? But Rene Descartes was very special, and he said, "I think, therefore I am." So my thoughts are what define me. It's all what's in here that defines me, not my outer expression. That's just the physical. But what truly makes the human being is what's going on in the brain. And once you have the power to control the brain and find emptiness into the mind, there is nothing but good that can come out of it. Now, I have struggled over the years to come to this point and to reach this final finish line where I could say that I have finally found my center, finally found a way to empty out the thoughts and empty out the mind that is so cluttered. We see so often in the people of today, they are always focused on so many things. Their job, their relationship with he or she, or whatever they identify with. If they have kids, they focus on their kids. If they have a home, they're worried about their home. If they have a car, they're probably worried about their car. And all these different things bundle up together and make it harder and harder for you to find the emptiness in your mind. And that's not to say that you can't find it by having those things. That is totally not what I'm saying. It just makes it a little more difficult with the more you have. Because with the more objects you will have in your life and the more objectives you have in your life, the less likely it is that you will be able to find that center and that emptiness in the mind, where it eliminates all that so that you can start from scratch and find focus or enlightenment, as you may call it.